You gotta get into the groove.
Hi, this is Leung back with GLIVE. If you're joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you join us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. Now, yes, it's been a few days since the last time that we came on, but hopefully you had yourself a nice weekend, a great start to your week. And the last time that we were actually right here on the GLIVE show, we talked just a little bit about the latest updates when it came to GrooveMember 2.0, and lots of really big announcements and really cool updates, in fact, when it comes to this software itself. So I was wondering, did you catch that? If you have, make sure that, of course, you get excited about it, because as far as what I'm aware, the sandbox mode is going to be launched this week, and I know we're all anticipating things. A lot of things right now we cannot use, but that is all in anticipation of something really big that is going to be released. And so with all of that, hopefully we can kind of deal with it for just a short while in anticipation of something really spectacular. Now, just so that you know, alongside with GrooveMember, everything else that comes within the Groove community, it's always happening, and things are always happening very, very fast. And so today we do have more updates for you on other applications, and it's not just one. Today we actually have two. Now, usually what I prefer is I don't want to overwhelm you with too many different things. I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many updates. And so usually I like to make these announcements one by one. It also gives us the opportunity to provide you with more content spread out over time. However, things are just moving a little bit way too fast in this community. So today we don't have much time. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and give you not one, but two actual updates. One, there is a big update on GroovePages, and two, there's actually another big update on GrooveCart as well. So just really quickly, if you haven't had the opportunity to do so, I definitely highly encourage you to join us inside of our Groove community, simply because a lot of updates actually get announced over here. I know many times they do get missed because there's so much going on. It's a very active community. There's over 140 plus thousand, community members inside of this particular group. And so things move very fast as well. So for those of you who somehow missed it, I do want to let you know that a few days ago, we did have a couple updates. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you to see on this. If that's a little bit easier for you to see, you can see that on the 9th of October, and in real time, if you're joining us, hashtag live, today is the 12th of October. I know that we just, finished up with the weekend and everything. So it's very easy for us to miss all these types of announcements. So this one, I want to make sure that if you're already a part of the Facebook group, go back and check this out if you haven't already, because it's very important for you to know some really cool updates. In fact, on the 9th of October, David Lemon actually posted something. He says, "Hey everybody, we have deployed a couple updates for GroovePages recently. Here's the list of the changes." And by the way, you can watch this in a YouTube video if you want, which I'll show you how to check out in just a moment. Here are some brand new additions, some of which are actually pretty exciting. Restrictions of publishing for free users in GroovePages, more text styling on style editor, page redirection options in the page settings. This one is super cool. I'm not sure how many of you actually checked out a video that I created probably over a year ago now, which shows you the difficult way of how to go into the GroovePages and do some code and, make some changes in the meta description and then redirect it and all that stuff. Well, no longer do you need to do that. In fact, that video, just like many of my other videos that I did a year and a half or so ago, they're all obsolete now. So I guess that's a good thing. It means that we're moving forward. Lots of great updates. But for those of you who have always wondered how you can get your own website, .com/, Groove. For example, if you want to redirect to your Groove affiliate link, now you can without having to go through the copy and pasting of the code. Simply use the page redirection option in the page settings. Now, for this particular training, okay, this particular session, we're not going to actually get into how to do all these little individual things. But if there are things that you would like specific tutorials on, for example, the page redirection, let us know inside the comments that this is what you want, and maybe sometime in the next few days we will pick just a few of these different types of brand new features for us to live demo for you, so that you will have a much better idea on how to actually get them done. So if you want this page redirection, for example, comment page redirection inside of the comments. We also have a brand new screenshot system, which I think is also worth a live demo. Let's see if there is time next time for us to do something like this. And of course, if you want a live demo of that, do new screenshots inside the comments so that we know this is what you want. We also have a new option for you to make a funnel page from the index page, which is also very cool. Some things that have been improved: drag and drop for blocks, infinite scroll on the My Pages screen, checkout element improvements, as well as button options to leave a pop-up. Some additional things that were fixed, including background image issues, including the cloning issue of containers and elements on canvases. Sometimes we receive a "you are not subscribed to this application" error when starting a site from a template, and just a few of these other ones. So if you happen to be an avid user of GroovePages, probably you have experienced, just like myself, one or more of these errors. And just so that you know, things are always popping up, things are always continuing to be improved. And so with all of that, we definitely invite you to use the software more and more, because the more that you use it, the more bugs that we identify, the more things that we identify to be fixed. And so when they do get updated with all these fixed elements, you get even more excited. But of course, we want your feedback, right? Let us know what types of bugs and errors that you experience, so that we can all collectively make GroovePages a much more cool product for us to check out. Okay, so when you scroll down, you can see that this is the actual image. Okay, GroovePages updates. This one is for October of 2021. But remember, not only do we have just one app update here for you today, we actually have two. So if you take a look at the exact same group, okay, the exact same Facebook group, what you will notice is that there is another one. And by the way, October 9th as well. This one was posted my time in Malaysia, GMT +8, at about 12:05 a.m. Okay, this one was posted at 12:06 a.m. So both of them are posted at approximately the same time, just 1 minute apart. And this one just so happens to be on GrooveCart. So if you are an avid GrooveCart user, you're an e-commerce marketer, you have your own store, this one would be very exciting for you to check out as well. It says, "Hey everybody, we had some nice updates coming to GrooveCart. It is mainly fixes and a couple improvements, but there's one huge add-on, which is the API as well as the webhooks." Funny enough, last week, I believe it was on the podcast, somebody asked the question to Mike, "Hey, are there any additional changes to GrooveCart and things like that?" And at that time, it was right before this actual announcement, and Mike's response was no, because we're focusing so much on the additional things that were coming up, the fixes and everything else. But oddly enough, just in less than 24 hours from that, the announcements of the GrooveCart updates were made. So of course, even as the CEO of the company, you can imagine there's so much on the CEO's plate, right, that they cannot actually keep up with everything that is going on. And so for Mike, a great surprise when he found out that yes, in fact, GrooveCart is still being continued to work on as well. And so hopefully, for those of you who are GrooveCart users, you will be pleasantly surprised by some of these updates as well added. The public API and webhooks, which is huge. If you are a user of GroovePages, you know that we've been enjoying this for a while now. This means that we can now be able to connect this with third-party platforms, anything that you previously had not been able to connect with, the integrations and things like that. Now you can do it with GrooveCart in a very similar way as how we were able to do it, have been able to do it within GroovePages as well. So as you can see, everything, all of the apps, no matter how old they are, no matter how original they are, GrooveCart being the original one, obviously, haven't been in beta for over a year now. It's been publicly released. And of course, this is something that we're very excited about, that these are still continuing to be improved. And speaking of improvements, read through the rest of what we have over here. For example, proceeding to checkout button doesn't show anymore on float charts when the cart is empty. Staff account changes. Zapier is also integration, bundles, as well as country list pages. I encourage you to read through all of these, plus the fixes. And just as per normal, right here, what you will see is an actual video that will explain everything that we just talked about if for whatever reason you're not able to read this or cannot understand. Now, just so that you know, in addition to our Facebook, of course, we also invite you to go to our YouTube channel, because when you go to our YouTube channel, you will actually see that there are a lot of content on there. It's not just content from me. It's not just these live streams that you see from time to time. It's also podcasts, right? It's also, Groove Copy Wednesdays. It's also a lot of different live streams, Q&As with David Lemon. But as you can see, the most recent 2 videos that were shared just a few days ago, as you can see, 3 days ago, the first one is GroovePages updates 8th of October, and this one is the GrooveCart updates. Both those videos that I just shared with you, that you can see inside of the Facebook post, they are right here on the Groove CM YouTube channel as well. So make sure that if you haven't already, go to this channel right now, subscribe to it, because there's going to be a lot of content that you are not going to be missing out on. Now, on this page, what you will also notice is just a few things. In terms of updates, that's all pretty much that I have to share with you. GroovePages, GrooveCart, that's all nice and dandy. Go to our YouTube channel, check out the videos right now. But in terms of updates, speaking of live streams, speaking of podcasts, speaking of Groove Copy Wednesdays, there's a lot of updates that usually happen right here within the Groove community almost every single week, right? In fact, every single week we're live multiple times. We have multiple videos that are being shared and uploaded. So a lot happens throughout the week. But that's the thing, right? Previously, a lot of these announcements, they did happen and they were spread out throughout the 5 working days, the 5 business days of the week. Here's something that is going to change. I'm not sure how many of you actually showed up for the podcast last week, but Mike also made the announcement, and he said that now every Wednesday, which is in US time. Obviously, Mr. Mike is living in Florida, so they're on the Eastern time zone. Every Wednesday, that is going to be his studio day, which means that if you look forward to his podcast, if you look forward to any live streams that he does, if you look forward to the what is that over here, the Groove Copy Wednesdays, and even the Groove Digital Presents, the thing is, everything now is being moved to Wednesdays. Okay, so if you are an avid follower of Groove, you like to watch all these different things, and usually throughout the week, you get the choice to usually enjoy something on Monday, enjoy something on Wednesday, enjoy something on Thursday, and then on Friday, you get to watch the Groove Digital Presents webinar. Well, now, just so that you know, Mike did announce that everything will be happening just on Wednesday of the week, which means that if you want to catch all the different live shows, okay, you do need to catch them on Wednesdays, US time, which is going to be, in most cases, the middle of the night for us right here in Southeast Asia in similar time zones, which is unfortunate for those of us living here. But regardless, it doesn't matter if we cannot catch it live. As you can see on the screen, you can always catch the replay right here on the YouTube channel, so all is not lost. So if you somehow miss it, or you want more, for example, you want more additional live training, sometimes we do in our community have different other things that we've scheduled on Wednesdays, but Wednesday is not the only day of the week, which means that, for example, Thursday or Friday or this weekend, we actually have some additional cool things on us. So if you want to make sure that you do not miss out on any of our cool things that do get spread out throughout the week that might not actually just consist of Mr. Michael Singh himself. Make sure that you are a big part of our community. Like all of our Facebook pages, subscribe to our channels, and join all of our communities. Turn on those notifications, because there's going to be a lot of things that you're not going to want to miss. And if for whatever reason you don't know how to actually catch a particular show, a particular segment, a particular webinar, or something else, a private meeting even, that sometimes we do have from time to time, make sure that you either reach out to me or reach out to any one of our community leaders who are actually commenting right where you're watching right now, because chances are many of them are in the loop. And as I take a look at some of the names, we also see a lot of people who are a big part of our community. And with that, they always join us every time that we do have something really big and really cool. So reach out, let us know, and make sure that you get the links to join us for all the cool stuff. All right, so with that, that is pretty much all of the updates that I have for you here today. It is pretty much all about the software itself. And so if that's all you came for, then that's all great and dandy. We are officially done. Feel free to move on with your day. However, as just mentioned, we do see a few of you who are inside of the comments. So for those of you who are joining us #live, such as Liney, Johnson, Chenille, right? We are very, very excited to see you. And of course, we have a lot of people who are saying hi to me and to each other as well. So yes, very cool. All of you joining us #live. That is one of the benefits, is because we get to give you a shout out, and maybe, just maybe, we can also have some type of a conversation. All right. And then Liney is saying, wow, I wonder what that update is. Well, of course, now you know, Liney, because she left this message right when we got on live. And once that, we made the announcement already. So hopefully, Liney, you got your questions answered. Christina is also joining us #live. Great to see you. Hello, Simon, says Christina. Always great to see you, Christina. And then Liney is saying, yeah, I encountered that page restrictions of publishing for free users in GroovePages. So as time goes on, as we know, more and more changes will be happening. And especially for free users, unfortunately, an executive decision has been made, just because so many big things are happening for the upgraded members that sometimes we just need to make some sacrifices. I guess the system is getting overloaded. And so with all of that, that is just yet another reason for us to ultimately consider to upgrade into platinum versions. We also have George from Japan saying #live. Great to see you, George. We had a really brief conversation earlier over chat, and very much looking forward to all the exciting things that we're talking about in regards to the Japan expansion as well. Liney is interested in more information and maybe even a live tutorial at some point once we make time for a page redirection. Chenille, the same thing. Awesome. Good to know that there is demand for it. We'll keep that in mind. Liney is also saying hello to George. And then the other side of the card is joining us from YouTube, saying hello, Simon. Nice to catch you live. Nice to catch you as well, Mr. or Miss or Mrs. the other side of the card. Great to see you. Maybe one day we'll get to see your name. We'll get to see your face. We'll actually get to identify you, because we like to connect with you personally at some point if possible. George is also saying hello back to Liney, as well as to Chenille. Lots of community love today. Awesome. Always great to see. And then we also have Bernard join us #live. Chenille is saying the weekly Groovy Marketers podcast is a must watch. I must agree, because there's so many cool things that get announced. In fact, if you haven't noticed yet, there are some episodes right here in GLIVE where we just simply extract very small portions of the podcast, just because these amazing big announcements inside the podcast themselves, they sometimes get lost through the hour or an hour and a half of the podcast. And we make sure that those of you who watched it, or maybe those of you who missed it, many people who watched it, they missed the actual big announcement just because there's so much going on. But for example, the Groove Member 2.0 announcement, such a huge announcement, right? But that was only about 5 or 10 minutes out of the entire hour and a half that they talked about. So of course, we make sure that we extract that, and you get to actually know exactly what those are. But of course, that's only a small fraction, a small portion, right? You want to know what else is going on, everything else that's going on, watch the entire thing. As you see inside of our YouTube channel, it's actually recorded. There's a replay. Definitely go and check those out. George is saying, No stopping the Groove momentum. Expect continued great updates and refinements, Groove delivering outstanding value, and that is exactly the epitome of what the Groove community is all about, right? We deliver again, we over deliver up and beyond the Call of Duty, and that is because that is the vision of our entire community, of course, with the CEO, Mr. Mike Filsame of Groove.cm, leading the way. Liney is saying, yes, always cool things happen all the time, with some virtual hug emojis. Thank you very much, Liney, for that. We also have May join us, hashtag live. Liney is also saying hello. We also have Anna Jed saying hashtag live. Yes, I got the answer. Thank you, says Liney. You are very welcome. Great to see you as well. Tata Corvera saying thank you as always. And then we also have, I believe it looks like a Vietnamese friend. Maybe it's either Andy or one of our brand new Vietnamese members within Groove. I don't know, because it says Facebook user. And by the way, for all of you who are brand new, check out inside of the ticker. If you see an actual link that says grooveover.to/authorize, we invite you to go there, because that's where you can go to click on the authorization link for StreamYard to actually see your Facebook account, so that we can actually see your name, we can see your smiling faces, and instead of Facebook user, who we're seeing right on the screen right now, we can actually identify you and see who you are. And for all of our international global friends, Chow or Xin Chow is actually Vietnamese for hello. And so that's my assumption that this might actually be a Vietnamese friend saying hello, regardless of the case. Hopefully the next time that you are on live, we can actually see who you are. And then we also have Ernest saying hashtag live. Great to see you. We also have Christina saying love the entire community. And then Linus is saying not sure if live. Hopefully, if you weren't sure when you type that in, now you're sure, because we are, of course, featuring your message live on the air. So with that, thank you very much for all of our friends who joined us hashtag live. But for those of you who are joining us hashtag replay, also make sure that you do leave comments. Let us know that you have been around, because of course we want to interact with you as much as possible as well. All right, so on behalf of the entire Groove community and myself, we do want to thank you for your time here today. Lots of cool things that are going on. Make sure that you do watch those updates on GroovePages and GrooveKart if you haven't already, because you're going to want to know exactly what those updates are. All right, so with that, the next time that we see you will be the next time that we see you. In the meanwhile, take action right now. Let us know if you have any questions. And yes, as always, we shall see you on the inside.
You gotta get into the groove. To the groove.